Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. Sleeping very well after the kind of sleep series we had over the past
Good, I
week.
hope so. I hope it's helped everyone who's been listening in. And today I thought we'd speak about something that's a common topic just now here in Doha. Actually, my dad was just out visiting and he really enjoyed his stay, but the one thing that he was a little bit bothered by was the traffic.
Oh, God.
I think it's something that bothers a lot of people here, especially us who live here. So he said, why don't you do something relating to that? Because so many people text in, right?
Especially for us here on Rise.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of you right now are sitting in your cars listening in. So we thought, let's talk about how to try and remain calm in the Doha traffic. We're quite lucky coming here early in the morning. We don't have too much of that bothering us, but I think it's getting earlier and earlier.
The first week we were on air back at the 1st of September, it was really quiet on the roads.
Yeah.
And then I just noticed the more and more people obviously get back to work, the longer the queues are. And this is, we're talking at 4:30, 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
ludicrous. Where else
I
does
know.
traffic get busy at 4:30
I know a lot on Scott are here. They're here very, very early. So think of them if you're feeling a little tired. But no, when you think about, if you're in your car right now and you are feeling a little stressed, obviously there's not much you can do if you're sitting there. You're having to just get to work. But something that you can help is if you do try and plan ahead. Often when we're stressed in traffic, it's because we're maybe a little late as it is, and then we're feeling that time pressure to get somewhere, to be somewhere. Nothing worse if it's something quite important like an interview or a flight to catch. That's the worst feeling, right? Oh, we've all had that, I'm sure. So, something to bear in mind is if you are feeling a little stressed, is just try and plan ahead a little bit. We all know now the traffic is quite bad here, so leave your home a little bit earlier. But, to understand some of the symptoms of stress can manifest in many ways. So you might be sitting in your car and you just feel a little anxious, which is not a nice feeling, right? And you often feel like, why do I feel like this? And it is just because of your surroundings. They're just putting pressure onto you. And, that can also manifest into feeling a little bit dizzy as well and a little bit breathless. So just need to stop and slow down a little bit. So like I said, we're going to discuss that today. So as I've said before in other shows, the sleep show, we spoke about what happens to your body, when you're a little bit stressed. So remember we discussed this, right?
Yeah.
Your body releases chemicals and hormones that rush through you and send you into that sort of panicked state. So one of the key things to help with any sort of stress is acceptance. So, you're in your car, there isn't a lot you can do about it. Just be proactive. I said already, leave your house a little earlier. When you're sitting there, try to focus on how your body feels. So if you feel a little bit tense, why not try some exercises? So I'm going to give you some right now. If you are sitting in your car, please be stationary though whilst you're doing these exercises. When you have stress, it does become tense in the body and you do hold yourself in a certain way. So I'm sure we've all felt like that. So, let's just start with our neck. If you take your right hand and take it over to the left side of your head and just pull your neck to one side and just feel that stretch in your neck. It's going to release some tension and you're going to change sides whilst you do that. Let's do that here in the studio as well, yeah?
Give it a go.
Yeah, give it a go.
So I'm going to reach my right hand over onto the left side of my head. So it's a little bit like I'm...
Yeah, you're grasping your ear.
Yes,
yeah?
basically.
Yeah, and you're turning,
pull my neck.
pull your neck over. It's a lovely stretch.
Oh, it feels good.
And you can even look up as well whilst you're doing it. It's actually a yoga stretch. It's really nice. And you're going to change sides. So make sure you hold it long enough so you feel...
Oh, did you hear that crack?
The stretch.
My neck is cracked.
It's cracked. Nothing to worry about. Her head won't fall off.
I'm not broken, don't worry, not broken.
She's fine. And then if you also look up with your chin, up to the sky and then take your chin down to your chest as well. That's just releasing the neck. Roll your head around. Just release any tension you've got there. And you can even do some facial exercises as well, which might look a bit weird if you're... Look around the traffic just now. If you see people moving their neck, they're listening.
That's true, actually. It's a good indicator.
It's a good indicator, right? We're all doing that right now. So you can also do some facial exercises just to release tension in your face. And then moving down, just shrug your shoulders back. So just shrug them back the way and then forward. And if you do have space in your car, you're not going to hit anyone, you can move your arms around as well. So just release, like I've said, all the tension is in your body right now. Let's just try and release it. A nice exercise to do for your fingers, or for your wrist, sorry. Take your first 3 fingers and then just shake your wrist. So you'll loosen off anything in that wrist. So if you've been grasping that wheel, white knuckles, feeling a little bit stressed and tense, that's going to release some of that in your wrist area there, okay? And if you are still stationary and you can, just try and rock your body side to side, just stretch the side of the body, okay? So you'll feel your abs contracting each side, all right? And if you can slowly just rotate your hips around. You can lift off the seat, but again, please make sure you're sitting stationary.
Not foot on the accelerator at
yes,
all,
we don't want you to be,
Stationary cars.
and I'm sure if you are stuck in traffic, a lot of you are stationary right now because we're not really moving that fast at the moment, are we? So, moving down the body, our legs can feel quite tense again. Just you've been sitting in the same position for a while. So just gently lift up your right leg. Just lift it up and down a few times. And then you're going to rotate your ankle. So take your ankle, go clockwise.
Yep. I can hear my ankle's crick
Yeah,
again.
you'll hear that crack as well. And then anti-clockwise. And then point your toes towards the floor. And then take your toes up towards you. So you're going to feel the release in your calves as well there. So you should feel that all down one side and then repeat that on the other side. So like I've said, we're just releasing, get rid of all that energy that's stuck inside your body. Often when we're stressed or we're feeling angry, what do we often do?
Get aggressive.
Yeah, we want to release something, right? It's like if someone's angry, they would make a banging noise or they want to scream.
Yeah.
And that's because it's trapped inside your body. So it might feel fine for a couple of seconds that you've screamed, but the problem's still there. You're still stuck in that traffic.
Yeah.
No. So apart from releasing that through this exercises, another really effective way whenever you're feeling stressed at home, at work, or even just a little bit anxious is to focus on your breathing. So I'm going to give you a little exercise today just to help you with that. So no matter where you are, we can practice this, and you can do this wherever. Even if you can't sleep at night, you can focus on breathing. The reason being, when you're stressed, your mind tends to jump all over the place. Like right now, you're in traffic and you're thinking about lots of different things. I got to get to work and this to do and that to do. Bring it back down to one thing, breathing. You do that automatically. So if you just focus on that inhale and exhale, it will help you. Now, I will just put a word of warning here. Most breathing exercises, you do close your eyes. So we can't do that sitting in traffic. That's not going to work. However, you can do this one with your eyes open. This is actually one that we use in yoga quite a lot. And it's a calming breathing exercise. So I want you just to inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to send your breath down the back of your throat. So your mouth isn't actually open. So it does sound a bit like Darth Vader. And if you've been going to yoga classes before, you might have heard this in a yoga class. So let's just all try this. Laura, you're going to give this a go in the studio, right?
Try.
We want to hear this through the microphone.
Okay.
So you're going to inhale through your nose and exhale, send your breath down the back of your throat. No, silence here. I'll give it a go, okay? Yeah. When you're sending the breath down the back of the throat, it's like an ocean sound or like a whisper. Okay, so let's all try it again. So inhale. Sounds a bit ridiculous, I know.
But I see what you mean now. Sorry, the
does.
first time I couldn't quite get a grasp.
You see what I mean by Darth Vader?
Yeah.
But that is actually, it takes a while to get used to it.
Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time. But it does actually calm you because when you inhale and you exhale with your mouth, it's a short exhale. So you're doing it more rapidly. And that's why if you have a panic attack, your breath becomes really, really short and fast.
Shallow, yeah.
And then they ask you to open a bag. Why? Because the carbon dioxide is going back into the body. So if you do it like this, if you close your mouth and you send the breath down the back of the throat, you actually get a longer exhale. Therefore, you remain calmer. So try that. It's called Ujjayi breathing. It's very common in yoga, but it is really effective for both calming and it can give you energy sometimes when you're in a difficult sort of situation. So today, no matter where you are, if you're at home, you're at the office, or you're in your car, please just give yourself that little time to release any stress. It's not good to have that in your body. So through exercise, releasing of energy and focusing on your breath, you should be able to bring a little bit more zen to your overall health.
Yeah.
So we've got to remember that we're all driving, we're all going to get to our point eventually, but whilst we're on that journey, just to try and calm ourselves, these are some nice techniques you can try. So please do, and I hope it works for you all.
Well, I got a great text in from Ali Mansour a few days ago, who sent me a picture. It says this is how you keep calm in traffic jams, and you might be able to see there, Lindsay. There's a steering wheel covered in bubble wrap, the kind of bubble wrap that you can pinch.
That's amazing. I love that.
Taped around so that you can just pop those bubbles
I'd like
whilst
that,
you're driving
actually.
along or sitting
Maybe
in traffic.
we should try that then, shouldn't we? Pop as we're going along. No, anything. Get one of those little stress balls. Squeeze them.
True,
that's good for releasing of any tension. So give it a try.
let us know your feedback anyway. If you're sat in traffic now and are feeling calm and
I hope
zen,
so.
then, just let us know. Send us a text 92126 or at QF Radio 2 on Twitter.
Great.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsay, for coming in again today.
Thank you.
We'll see you again on next week.
Yeah, next week we're going to start talking about diets. So it's a good topic for most of us. So yeah, definitely tune in.
Look forward to it.
Great.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you, you too.